It said he's a billionaire and he's trying to increase the minimum wage. Ain't no way. Welcome to Street Politics. My name is Reese Waters. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the page. Now that we've settled on a nominee, it's time to see who she'll be playing with. Your prize, an all-expense-paid trip to 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. But who will you take on a trip? Let's look at our candidates, shall we? We have Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear, who at 46 brings to the potential partnership all the political benefits of a Southern Democrat who has won convincingly in a conservative state on a pro-reproductive rights message, as well as a generational shift. Beshear entered the national conversation after his re-election victory in Kentucky, when he won by 5 percentage points in a state that Biden had lost by 26 points in 2020. Now, his win was largely the byproduct of a unique brand he built in Ruby Ray, Kentucky, effectively separating himself from the national party by focusing on state issues. Ooh, that might be a bit of an issue. I'm be honest, that might be an issue. Moving on, we have Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg, who at 42 came seemingly out of nowhere when he rocketed to the top of the Democrats' crowded 2020 presidential field, wowing primary voters with his beyond his years intelligence, personal story, and rhetorical chops. Buttigieg, the former mayor of South Bend, Indiana, beat out far more established rivals to win the Iowa caucuses, but struggled with voters of color and dropped out of the race to endorse Biden, helping consolidate support around him. I can see that happening in South Bend because Notre Dame has had that problem for years. In the Biden administration, Buttigieg has been one of Biden's most visible and capable surrogates, often going on TV to speak on behalf of the administration, especially on transportation policy. I'll be honest, Pete be giving them the business. Pete be giving them the business. He might be a Tim Scott situation where he's better for others than he is for himself, because he be savaging people on Biden's behalf. Y'all don't want to cross Pete. Now we have North Carolina Governor Roy Cooper, who is 67, would bring a Southern Democrat with a strong winning track record and political crossover appeal to the ticket. Not to mention, I just said 67. Y'all know how they love those retirees. He won both his races for governor in the years that Trump carried North Carolina at the presidential level. As governor, Cooper has been a champion of abortion rights in a state where Republicans enjoy close to a supermajority in the legislature. How'd he do it? Now, if I'm gonna have any issue with Roy Cooper, it's gonna be Mark Robinson. That man is in your state. He is in your business. I don't trust the voters in North Carolina. I don't trust the voters in North Carolina. No, they cannot be trusted. No, I cannot take somebody from a state that has Mark Robinson as its lieutenant governor and won the primary for the governorship. Nah, we can't do that. We can't do that. Moving on. Senator Mark Kelly of Arizona, who has won twice statewide in the state, a historically red one, that is now ultra competitive. He won in a special election to the Senate in 2020 when control of Congress was decided by wafer thin margins. He won again in 2022, defying GOP expectations of a red wave during a Democratic president's midterm election. He's a former astronaut with a reputation for pragmatism, and his talents have been noticed. In the Senate, he's leaned in on local issues like water conservation and microchip manufacturing, and he's the husband of former Representative Gabby Giffords, who, by the way, was shot in 2011 and has undergone an inspiring journey that includes becoming a prominent gun safety advocate. He's also managed to navigate a divide between Arizona progressives and moderates that bedeviled fellow Senator Kyrsten Sinema, a Democrat turned wolf who is retiring after one term. He also endorsed Harris to replace Biden at the top of the ticket in a statement on Sunday. There is retired Admiral William McRaven, the 68-year-old. Oh, I like the sixes. 68-year-old retired four-star admiral is most well known for organizing and overseeing the special operation that killed Osama bin Laden as head of Joint Special Operations Command in 2011. He later spent 4 years as chancellor of the University of Texas system before retiring in 2018. I got to take some points away for the University of Texas because they've been trash when the lights come on. They can't finish. Maybe with Arch Manning, they might do something this year. I doubt it. In the years since, he's often emerged as a vocal critic of Trump, particularly on national security issues. McCraven is also famous for a 2014 University of Texas commencement speech about his 10 lessons for living a meaningful life, one of them being make your bed. No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. I'm an advocate anti-bed making. So I'm sorry. It might be a personal thing. I'm sorry. Speaking of personal, from my home state of Maryland, Governor Wes Moore, a 45-year-old Army combat veteran, y'all know we like those veterans, and a Rhodes Scholar. He's been a political newcomer before his bid for governor, but his 32 percentage point win, which made him just the third elected black governor ever. Is that true? Just three? That's it. It's 50 states, right? We have governor races all the time. Man, we way more racist than even I thought. Just the third black governor ever, as well as his personal story. His father died when he was a child, prompting moves and instability, and his youth helped him quickly become a rising star in the party. His name has been floated as a potential contender in 2028. Put him in the boat for later. We'll put him in the boat for later. You have California Governor Gavin Newsom, another governor who is not black. Okay, 56. He has a long history with Harris, going back to their days coming up in San Francisco politics together. Only 3 years apart in age, they've shared several key advisors and donors over the years and had parallel career arcs. An experience has made them allies and at times rivals, with Newsom seen as somewhat to Harris's left politically. A people person, Newsom's ambitious and hardworking, drawing on deep networks of wealthy supporters from Hollywood, Silicon Valley, and California's wine country. And more recently, he's built a large national following as a progressive leader. You know what? Put him in the pile for later. Put him. Yeah, we're gonna evaluate him later. He also endorsed Harris on Sunday evening, which is good. Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker. Is he black? No, another one. Still just three. Still just three black ones. All right. Pritsker, 59. Oh, just 1 year from that nice little bump we was going to give you at 60. He was an active Biden campaign surrogate, traveling to battleground states to stump for him. He founded a nonprofit, Think Big America, to advocate for abortion rights and to combat extremism with a focus on battleground states. He's a second-term governor who is popular in the state. He's been outspoken about protecting women's reproductive rights and has held up Illinois as a beacon for women seeking access to care. He's signed a host of progressive initiatives into law, including a ban on assault weapons, ghost guns, and switches, an increase in the minimum wage, a measure to enshrine abortion protections into law, and measures to legalize cannabis and expunge records. He invested in early childhood education, working towards universal preschool in the state. He's also demonstrated considerable political savvy, having landed the 2024 Democratic National Convention in his state after lobbying. He's widely considered to be a future presidential contender. As a billionaire who has self-financed, wait a minute. Hold on, let me look. That can't be right. Hold on, no, because it says he's a billionaire. It says he's a billionaire right there, but he's looking for early childhood education and combating extremism. No, that can't be right. No, because it said he's a billionaire and he's concerned about women's reproductive freedoms. Y'all know they don't do that. Hold up. It said he's a billionaire and he's trying to increase the minimum wage. Ain't no way. Let me find out. Hey, if you don't pick J.B. Pritzker, I'm going to give him a call. I'll tell you that right now. By the way, Pritzker has also endorsed Harris on Monday. Put him in the pile for later. Put him at the top, too. Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro, who brings to the table a substantial record of outperforming other Democrats and one of the most pivotal swing states of Pennsylvania in his race for governor. He's first elevated onto the national scene as a state attorney general for high-profile investigations into abuse in the Catholic Church and fighting to defend his state's election after the 2020 vote as former President Trump tried to overturn it. Ooh, that's a good one too. That's a good one. That's back to back. Yeah, back to back. He said in a statement Sunday he's backing Harris for president. I like it. We looking good. Senator Raphael Warnock of Georgia. Before he entered national politics, Warnock was the pastor at Ebenezer Baptist Church in Atlanta. Yes, enjoying the influence and historical importance of speaking from the pulpit of the Church of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., one of the most storied in America. Since then, he's been repeatedly put to the electoral test in a key battleground state. He's been on the ballot 5 times since 2020, 1 Democratic primary, 2 generals, and 2 runoffs, and he's won all of them. He's also the first black person elected senator from Georgia. One drawback to Warnock leaving the Senate is that Democrats would lose the seat if he were on the winning presidential ticket, because under Georgia law, Governor Brian Kemp would appoint a successor, and he would definitely appoint somebody trash. So there's that. Very risky, very risky. Said he was proud to endorse Harris in a statement Monday night. Also a benefit to Warnock. If you have Warnock around you, you don't have to go to church, so you save some time on that. Just have him just put his hand on you, and then you save time on a Sunday. Oh, we got one more. We got Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer, who's carried her swing state twice and was on Biden's running mate shortlist back in 2020. At 52, she would offer the ticket a Midwestern governor who was reelected to a second term by a healthy margin after she emerged as a Trump foil. Her criticism of the federal response drew Trump's rage, and you know how attractive that is. If you're anti-Trump, that's a pretty good thing. He branded her derisively as the woman from Michigan. He act like he can't mention her name. He act like he Ohio State. The woman from the state up north. Whitmer is also known for folksiness and colorful language. Which is always a plus. Okay, now let's be honest. Admiral McCraven, I appreciate your service, but you ain't bringing no state. You ain't bringing no state. You got to come. You came to a party with no wine. You got no wine. You got no bread. You got nothing. Come on. What you gonna do? Which brings us to Gavin Newsom. Not only can we not have 2 people from California. Is just you on the rug with Kim Guilfoyle? Yeah. The same one that thought we were fighting communism on the beaches of Normandy. Yeah, that's you with Kim Guilfoyle, right? Yeah, that's disqualifying. I'm sorry. That is just disqualifying. But I would love to keep you around as a spokesperson. You do a fantastic job there. Speaking of spokespeople, Pete Buttigieg, you do a fantastic job. I have to be straight. We are expecting the American people to suspend their racism and their sexism. And now we also are going to ask them to suspend their homophobia as well. That's a lot to ask. I'll be honest. Just as a black person, I'm nervous about it. I can understand women being nervous about it. I don't think America can be trusted with you. That's all I'm saying. I don't think America can be trusted. I don't know if they can be trusted with her. So adding you to the ticket, Gretchen Whitmer, you know how it is. You know how Gretchen Whitmer, you know I love you. If it was just you, I can rock with you. But 2 women on the ticket. Look, you saw what happened to Hillary. You know how they feel about you know how they feel about women. They trying to take all women's rights. You think they want to put 2 women in charge? Cooper is gone because of Mark Robinson. Then we have Beshear, who said he's not as focused on national affairs. We'll leave him to handle his thing in Kentucky. Mark Kelly. I like Mark Kelly a lot. Now, we have never had a woman president before. This is like the first time that we're ever going to have a first gentleman if she is elected, but then also having a second lady who is also a congressperson. You don't want that kind of you don't want that kind of competition. No, I'm sorry. Mark Kelly, just next time, Mark Kelly. Raphael Warnock and Wes Moore. How racist do I think America still is that I would trust them to vote for 2 black people on the ticket? Wasn't it just a Nazi march in Nashville? Weren't they just messing with black people in Nashville? Not to mention, I can't even wait to do a Racist of the Week once a week. I'm taping a Racist of the Week like every other day. No, we're not. I'm sorry. No, we can't. I'm sorry. Look, they're already attacking somebody who was a DA and a senator as being DEI. What you think? That's gonna be their tagline running against y'all is just DEI. That's all they're gonna say. Which leads me to Shapiro and Pritsker. Ooh, this is tough. This is a tough Shapiro and Pritzker. That's tough. I like both of them. Yeah. You know what? I got it. Okay. So, what? We got a last minute entrant. Is that Juan Bahamas? Oh, you are the, yeah. I like him. Look, Kamala, I don't ask you for much. Actually, I do. But this one last thing. I got your running mate, Juan Bahamas. If you don't say nothing, I won't say nothing. But you guys let me know who you think Kamala Harris's running mate should be in the comments. Or, of course, you can always email me at reese.waters@gmail.com. I look forward to hearing what y'all say. It's Juan Bahamas, ain't it?